Hey guys, thank you so much for joining this session. So today we are learning about building our first AI agent. So let me quickly walk you through a few things. First thing is this is from the Meetup .NET Learner Source Hyderabad. That's the Meetup group, and this is the event which we are discussing today. And this is my GitHub repo, Vijay. For the benefit, I'll drop it here in the chat. And also, I would like to give you a couple of other things real quick. Let's start and we'll take it from there. Let me go to this and right. So building AI agents with OpenAI. So we need to have the OpenAI and OpenAI SDK. We'll come and we'll try to add new things as and when we proceed. But at least we are starting with this. So what we are trying to build it's not one episode, it's a series of sessions we'll be discussing. Okay. So if you see that we'll hear these lot of these terms like LLMs, Gen AI, RAG, AI agents, agentic AI. So you can see that simple terms. Let's discuss these things in a simple terms, and we will revisit later. But at least at this point of time, let's simply see that what or how we can define these things. So if you see LLM is an intelligent layer. We'll consider that as that one. And if you see another thing is Gen AI is the creation layer. RAG, we use it for reliability or retrieving some data there. And we'll discuss more about it. I'm just uh, talking on a simple layman's terms. And another one is agentic AI. I mean, AI agents is like execution layer, and agentic AI is uh, autonomy layer. So we'll build it on top of the previous session, one on top of another. Like that, we'll build. Uh, I planned 15 sessions. We'll see how it goes. Uh, Whether the frequency will be monthly 2 or monthly 3, we'll see how things unfold. So at least a decent 9 sessions from now, from the visibility perspective, you see that it's build your first agent and stateful agents, multi-providers. So that means we will be having more than one providers. So you can see that we can have OpenAI, Azure OpenAI, and AWS, like this, different providers from whom we can go and get these contents. So we'll see that, and we'll do context engineering, then knowledge-driven agents, multi-agent engineering, production foundation, evaluation and guardrails, local capstone, and platform and enterprise track. You can see that this we have called it out explicitly. Now you can see that I'm treating this as a phase two where we do a distributed persistence, uh, event-driven AI, cloud-native AI, Kubernetes, enterprise operation, enterprise capstone. I'm just some of the terms might be just like a technical jargon, but we will slowly build on our previous sessions. So all these things will be on the open source tools itself, like Quadrant or some other data stores, or RabbitMQ or Kafka, whatever we are building, it will be. And I mean, even we can use the Gemini or you can have our own local LLMs. Now we'll be having the fast, sorry, MCP2 in our journey. We'll be discussing. So it's a simple React dashboard, and we'll be talking to Fast API, that's Python, and then we talk to uh, OpenAI SDK, and this is like a future rough cut of the architecture we'll be developing on top of this one. Okay, so let me quickly give you the let me quickly give you this where you can find it beyond GitHub. So this is the GitHub where I'm maintaining. This is I checked in. You can see this is the previous version. So I made few changes that will be in today's branch. I think it should be in branch 18. I'm not sure. Yes, it should be in branch 18. I will update that, but you will find it here. Just for the benefit, I will update it over here, right? So I'll put it over here. So you'll have both the URLs there itself. You will have the my main GitHub repo as well as the GitHub related to this agents one, whatever we're discussing right now. So that's also there. Okay. So now let me close this, close all, and come back here. In this, the two important folders is one folder is the SRC folder, another folder is sessions folder. So inside this SRC folder, we'll have the backend and we have the front end, and we do have the MCP server. So technically, we don't start the MCP server; that automatically gets started from the backend. We'll talk about that. So here, if you come to the first document, will be the README file, because this is the first session. It is taking a little bit time for us to. It is taking a little bit time for us to understand, because we have to navigate through all these things. So I will tag this. So what happens is after the session, I will tag this one. I'll tag and create a release. That means the main, if I come and see, this is the one where we will be having different branches, like each session or 2 3 branches between a session, based on how I get my free time. I develop this, but the main branch is the one where you'll get always the latest. So it could be for session 1 or session 2 or session 3. I don't know what session it is, or it could be like some enhancement. So what I do is I'll just create a release and tags. So you can always go back to a particular tag and check out the tag to learn about a particular session. I'll give more details on that one, but I'm giving you the strategy, how the development is. Intention is you'll be having the V1 or V1.1 or 1.2. I don't know if I'm doing some enhancement after this session. Uh, it could be 1.1, or if this is last, it will be 1, or I made some changes and make it 1.1 or 1.2, but before going to the second session. So objective is just to understand the agent runtime versus plain LLM call. So I'm calling it as level 1 versus level 2, the maturity levels. And React Fast API MCP as a local stack. And we see tool calling here in this MCP. We have a couple of tools, very simple for the today, because this is starting. We do have a we do have a weather API, or we can do the calculator. And that's one thing. I'll just close it. And what is the next one? Okay, we're on the README itself. Okay. Anything else to discuss here? I think uh, we'll see. We will come to the architecture in just a minute. And Python 3.13, Node.js, LTS. But if you come and see that, uh, Node, that's the version. And this is the version of Python. We are using 3.13 very specifically, uh, but I do have latest 3.14 also. Okay, so let's see how to run or how to go ahead with this. There's something known as a version.md where I will be tagging that version because the commit is very important. It's not this commit because after this I'll be doing a commit. And I think last time I did a release, uh, tried it is on 7:15. So that will be the thing. And another important thing to note down is we do have release notes. What is that which has been released in this particular version, but that you can look at it. Let's directly go to this build your first agent. So I think this is the first session. So almost it took 14 minutes for us to discuss the intention, what this session or a series of sessions is. There'll be 15. I planned it. Let's see how it unfolds. Okay. So the maturity level today we discuss are two maturity levels. That means you can create an app or a client. Let's use, for a lack of better word, let's call it a client. Be it another service or an UI, thick client, thin client, hybrid client, any kind of thing. Something is calling the LLM. You expose something, and someone is calling that particular piece of code. It calls the LLM. Another one is proxy agent, where you don't directly go and call the LLM. The agent will come into the picture. And these are all housekeeping things. We don't need to worry about that. And here you'll see that we do have uh, two things: one API LLM and API chart. So let's come back and see this. It's a fast API, and inside that API we do have an LLM. So when it comes to LLM, so it comes and it goes and hits, it calls the run direct LLM. So if you come and see that run direct LLM, it's another thing inside the runtime. So where we'll be able to go and call the LLM. So that's one thing. Another one is, again, if you're doing a chart, it goes through an agent. Now here run agent chart. Now here this is run direct LLM. Now here we are calling run agent chart. Now you can see that run agent chart. It's coming to this piece of LLM. So the agent runtime, where it goes and creates some SID, RIDs, event service bus. I think I put in a little bit of extended code. My concept was initially something not targeting to this. Then I modified it uh, to modified it uh, to accommodate this, right? So let's see this. This is the chart response we are calling. So we'll plan the use of tool. Actually, this is for the service bus and event bus. As I was mentioning, a lot of I planned it and I started coding more, but I took a step back. Uh, okay, one is the direct LLM call, one is the agent. So what is important for today is, one is we in the agent runtime, it decides whether to call the direct LLM or it should go through the MCP server. So this is, I'm calling it as a two maturity level. One is direct LLM, one is through the agent, and we don't hard code what it is. Agent will decide, oh, this needs the MCP. It gives the control to the MCP, and MCP takes care of that one. So if you come and see here in that MCP server, we do have tools. So this is a server. We are starting the server. We do have the uh, get weather and calculate. So get weather will come here, and if at all that's the weather key is missing, definitely it is missing. I might go blank for a moment to copy the weather key, because I do have my OpenAI key in my env file, so I might not be able to flash it. It's not harmless. I can flash it and I can delete, but again, I need to do a lot of housekeeping work, so I'll just keep it. I'll go blank and I'll come back, right? Um, so that's it. At a high level, we discussed that the maturity level one, direct LLM, the maturity level, we call this, we do have an agent dashboard. We'll see that. And what happens in a traditional software is, first we'll see the textual one, then we'll go back to the visual, the graphical thing. So UI, we do have an API gateway or some kind of layer, and then the middle tier, and then business logic and the data store. Again, we do definitely have the enterprise service bus, the messaging layer, where you drop it and asynchronous function, signal R, whatnot. A lot of things are there. Now, when it comes to agentic, you do have UI, you have an API, and we used to have the business logic. Now we are having the agent runtime, and that decides whether to call the LLM or MCP. Actually, it should be a split, and tools at the last, but this should be a split. I mean, I'll correct this one. This should be A or B. So it's not that A and B. It's my mistake. I'll correct this one, guys. So it is like this. I'm calling the runtime. So runtime will decide whether to call the LLM or MCP. So this is the one. So agentic software replaces the business logic with agent runtime, right? And an agent decides when to call an external tool, be it direct tool. We are going through MCP in this case. We might extend, try our hands, because whatever we want to do, we will not get the opportunity to do that in our day job projects. So we should go wild in doing those kind of things on our own, doing our side projects. So we can do. I mean, if our daytime job says that we need to use SQL Server, you want to use PostgreSQL. So where you can use it, you can do these kind of demo projects, use Go Wild, and learn something. So MCP standardized the tool plug shape, and then agent dashboard exposes what the agent decides, and that's the session foundation. As I was mentioning, the first almost 14 minutes, definitely we did spend time on setting the boundary. Like, this is a 15 session series. It's not we do one session, done and dusted. No, it is just a foundation of 15 sessions. I mean, anyone who joined a little late, they can go through, right? And here what is that is, we'll develop the same solution, add more functionality, replace or delete. I don't know what we'll be doing, but we'll be doing. So you can see this one endpoint is level well demo, is that API LLM, and another one is chart. and we give the control to this, and this guy decides what to. Uh, Here we get a clear view of that. Here it might be a little cluttered, but that's coming from the uh, endpoint route perspective. But here it gives a clear vision. Like we have a React dashboard, we hit this uh, fast API, and then it goes to the runtime. And runtime decides, do I need to call an OpenAI agent SDK or the MCP runtime calculator and weather? And again, weather goes and gets from the weather API. But I'm sure I missed that in my uh, in my .env file. So definitely we'll see this 22 degrees Celsius. If you continuously see 22 degrees Celsius, that means it's my mistake, guys. I forgot to plug in. So as I was mentioning, I need to correct uh, uh, this diagram at the top where it was coming from agent layer directly to LLM and MCP. No, that's wrong. This is the one. I'll correct it. So from agent layer, it should split. This is the level maturity, and this is level 2 maturity, right? So you need to ensure that you do have Python, as we saw here. We do have Node, we do have Python, and you do have that env file, and we are using UV sync. So let me show you what uh, does that mean. I will enable that first. Let me activate the virtual environment, and UV sync all groups, and link hyphen more equal to copy. So all the packages are synced. So all is well. There's nothing missing in here. So I'll tag it after the session because I just want to do at single shot, not to do step by step. And then to start an application, I do need to do a UV. So let me, oops, I'm sorry, I should be here. Okay, so let me call this as AI agents backend, and also let's rename the color to orange, and let's this call it as AI agents front end, and let's give it a blue or green, this soft blue. Okay, so let's see that we do have this, and I'm clicking on this endpoint, and we are coming and seeing this. Oh, I think I didn't do the other home routes or those kind of endpoints. It's my mistake. uh, I will take care of. This is I will add the swagger to this one. I mean, let me make a note of these things. I definitely have a couple of action items. So one action item is the diagram, and second one is I need to enable the home route and the swagger in this one. I'll take care of that by the next session. Okay, so we were able to start this, and the next thing is we need to go into the front end. Here we will do cd front end and npm run dev. Okay, npm run dev. So let's wait. It will flash. Okay, that's good. So we do have our UI coming up. It might take a little time because it will do. I think I do have the dist folder definitely. Let's go to the front end. Let me minimize this agent runtime and expand the front end. Okay, I do have the dist, but still it might create some assets just for a fraction of a second. We'll see. Okay, it's building. Let's see. I will open the developers tool. Let's go to the network and see. Oh, okay, there you go. All is well. So we see that agentic engineering, we do have OM and we have LLM and uh, the A agent dashboard. The two maturity levels has been given. So the user will send a raw LLM prompt that goes, and this is a proxy agent. So that means user gives the prompt and agent runtime decides, adds an instructions on top of that, and tool selection, MCP, decision timeline, all all things are there. So let's see. This is the direct LLM. This is like I do. Uh, I give the prompt. It goes and hits it. So let's see that what is solid. Now I'll come and look at it here. So now it went and it did an health and it's still running. Maybe did I miss the OpenAPI key? Okay, that's cool. Okay, I was a little worried. So we can see that. In the previous one, I definitely forgot to look at the health. If we come in here, the directly we can go and test the health. It says that health is good, but it goes to the maturity level too. That means it's going in the agent runtime. But we do need this one. Like if you see that what is 13 cross 23. So it's giving us 13 cross 23. And again, that's very important that it's the agent runtime is making a decision that, hey, this is, oh, I'm sorry, it's not an agent runtime. It is like the maturity level one, direct LLM. We are directly calling this. Now, what is the weather in Seattle? And I don't have the real time weather access. It's good. That's what we are getting it. It's the direct LLM hit. If you come and see from the maturity level perspective, that means this is the route it is going from the React dashboard. We are hitting the fast API. So we saw that we are hitting the fast API. And from that fast API, we are seeing we're going and hitting the Open API, Open AI agent SDK, and it's calling an OpenAI. It's pretty simple. Now let's go to the agent dashboard. Now this is where this really comes into the picture. I mean, the previous one was directly from here we are going. We're not coming into this one. Okay, here it is coming to the agent runtime. So when you see that, if you come in here, expand that, you can see that LLM call. It's coming and it's saying that call this directly. Now another time it comes in here. Now it says that run agent chart. So here we are hitting the another route. So we'll see that. So direct LLM versus agentic. That's is very important. This dashboard runs level 2. Okay, you don't want that, you can minimize it or you can expand this one. So the first thing is in the previous one where we said that what is the weather in Seattle, it's one for a few seconds and it came back saying that, hey, I don't have the real-time access. But as I was mentioning, there's one mistake I did it. I forgot to add the weather API key. It always gives a single one. So let's see the maturity level 2 here. We do definitely have a decision table, which is pretty interesting. Now, you see this, there are two tools we do have. At this point of time, it's in this color. And here is that it shows how we were able to progress. Now, the same thing what we tested, we'll test what is 15 cross 23. So just let's spend very quick here. What happened? Oh, okay. That's where it started the MCP server. As I was mentioning, uh, we are not starting, but it gets started from this one. So there you can see the timeline. Now it started the MCP server. See this now, it shows the calculator is available. Okay, and also it is. And here you can see the timeline. We receive the prompt and intent identified, and then execution plan created, tools selected. I didn't invoke the tool and got the response synthesized and response delivered. So, I mean, there's another chance to add more of it, but that comes from the observability perspective. But at least I do remember to have couple of action items on my name. I definitely do add that one. Okay, and let's see another one is what is the weather in Seattle? Now again it goes to this agent runtime, and it makes a call. See this? It's making a chart call, but it didn't run it because it's already started. Now you can see that whatever the runtime it was, now this time it made the call to weather. And you can see it should be definitely 20 degrees Celsius. Oh, cool. So I think I was wrong in this case. Tool completed. It says the tool is invoked. See this, without the direct prompt, the proxy layer, as I was mentioning, it adds a top prompt template and it injects. So let's see what is the weather in Hyderabad. What is the weather in Hyderabad, Telangana, India? Now I did send. Let's see. It's okay. See that? Oh, okay. That means I have added the weather API key also. I didn't forget. Okay, that's pretty cool. I thought that I forgot, but I did not forget that. Um, okay, so that's it from our side. We completed in 36, but definitely I do have a couple of action items, which one thing is adding the swagger, one thing is fixing this picture, this mermaid diagram. The agent runtime should have a split, and and one thing is adding the swagger to that, so, and also the home route. Uh, okay, and please go through this event bus and other things are there. So just for the time being, you can ignore and see this. This is what the proxy agent. When you come back over here at the top, the proxy agent is it receives the instructions and then it creates a beautiful instructions. Like what I mean is here prompt receive, intent identified, and then it adds a prompt template and injects this into. So if you see that here, clearly we are saying that, hey, you're an helpful assistant. And you're saying that, okay, for calculation you do this, for weather you do this, like this you're giving all, and then the value will be injected at some place in between. Okay. So once again, I'll quickly call this out. So this is the GitHub repo, and I will tag it because now that we have completed the session, I will do a tagging, and the main branch will always have the latest. So by tomorrow, I'll tag this one. I'll because I need to do the enhancements, whatever we discussed, so that it will be easy. And you guys know that what is our plan is going and working on this 15 sessions. And here is the mermaid diagram of all the 15 sessions. And a lot of details will come in. I just gave only because this is the first session. I gave just enough information, whatever is required. And as and when we proceed, we'll be adding more and more. And thank you so much, guys. Hope you have enjoyed and learned something. Uh, we'll catch up in the next session. Have a good rest of the weekend and good day too.